my name is Ananda Rismandari. So this video is for midterm text of speaking for professional context. So here I want to present about interactive talk. My topic is Anne Boleyn. Who is Anne Boleyn? Anne Boleyn was Queen Consort of England from 1533 to 1536 as the wife of King Henry VIII. She was the first British Queen Consort to be publicly executed. About Anne Boleyn. Anne Boleyn was born in England sometimes between 1507 or 1509 to Elizabeth Howard and Thomas Boleyn. Her siblings were Mary Boleyn and Charles Boleyn. In 1513, her parents sent her to live at the Habsburg court to serve as the regent of Margaret of Austria. She quickly learned French and became fascinated by Margaret. In June of 1520, there was a famous meeting between the French and English kings. This is where it is believed that Henry VIII saw Anne for the first time. In late 1521, she returned to England to fascinate the English court. Personality Anne was a very talented and intelligent woman. She could read and write in both English and French. She was also great in pastimes like dancing, singing, and acting. She created her own clothing, which most ladies of her time. She was gifted at music and reading poetry and loved archery, hunting, and falconry. Being so young, she also took interest in running the country. She can be described as witty, quick-tempered, stubborn, and ambitious. Most people of her time hated her for ruining the marriage between Catherine and King Henry, so they described her as the opposite of Tudor beauty. Henry VIII began a relationship with Anne Boleyn. Nevertheless, Anne refuses to become a king's maid because she sees the fate of her sister Mary Boleyn, who is made a king's maid and is thrown away. Henry's love letter to Anne indicated that their relationship has not yet reached the level of sexual intercourse. Before his father, Henry VII, ascended to the throne, England was in the midst of a civil war to contend for his throne, and Henry VIII wanted a son in order to avoid a similar mess. Catherine of Aragon was separated from the palace, and her room was given to Anne Boleyn. Thomas Cranmer officially cancelled the marriage of Henry and Catherine. The annulment of the marriage impacted Mary, the son of Henry and Catherine, who lost her status as princess and was declared an illegal child. 5 days later, Cranmer declared that the marriage of Henry and Anne was legal. Catherine was removed from her position as queen, and Henry declared her status as the widow princess of Wales. Anne Boleyn was worshipped using the crown of Saint Edward, which was usually used for the worship of kings. Elizabeth was given a magnificent baptism, but Anne feared that Catherine's daughter Mary would threaten Elizabeth's positions. Henry calmed his wife and separated Mary from her cousins. Elizabeth herself was sent to the Hatfield house. Anne Boleyn had more subordinates and maids than Catherine had before. Pope Clement declared excommunication to Henry VIII and Cranmer. Henry then ordered his subjects to swear allegiance to him and recognize Anne as a queen. Anne Boleyn also had her sharp intelligence and her political ingenuity. After his death in 1534, Henry discussed with Cranmer and Cromwell the possibility of cancelling his marriage with Anne without having to return to Catherine. Anne returned pregnant in October 1535. Anne had a child. It was a girl. She named it Elizabeth. Actually, it was a big blow for her parents and Henry. They wanted to be a boy. Although Henry loved his daughter very, very much, he hoped and prayed that he would get a boy. Anne was pregnant again when they got married. Henry was for sure it was a boy this time, but Anne had two miscarriages. On January 8, 1536, the news of the death of Catherine of Aragon reaches Henry and Anne. Catherine made Anne's status as an unbeatable queen, but on the other hand, this was a big concern for Anne. Henry began a relationship with one of Anne's cousins, Jane Seymour. Anne had two miscarriages in the summers of 1535 and 1536. Henry stated that the miscarriages occurred due to Anne's extraordinary anger. Anne also lost support from her strong ally, Thomas Cromwell, due to differences between them about the distribution of court wealth and international relations. Thomas Cromwell made Anne Boleyn an obstacle to Cromwell's, but Cromwell was only involved in the problem concerning Anne when King Henry VIII ordered Cromwell to get into the matter. Henry VIII sought a way to get rid of Anne Boleyn by accusing her of cheating. Thomas Cromwell, a royal believer and modern politician opposed to the Catholic Church, wrote a letter to Percy to force him to acknowledge his relationship with Anne Boleyn was still ongoing, and they both had a pre-marriage agreement. Francis Weston, William Brereton, Mark Smithson, Henry Norris, and Anne's sister, George Boleyn, were arrested on charges of having a dark relationship with Anne. Thomas Wyatt was also arrested on similar charges, though he was later released, probably because of his family's good relations with Cromwell. Anne was arrested and found guilty of having a dark relationship with 5 men, including her own brother. The Norfolk priest attended the trial, fainting after hearing the sentence Anne would receive. Anne was imprisoned at the Tower of London. He was executed in the vicinity of the Tower, in the barracks located north of the White Tower, in front of which later became the Waterloo Barracks. Anne is frightened by a park and brings two Frenchmen who are expert in executing with swords. Anne Boleyn was sentenced to death on Friday morning, May 19, 1536. He was buried in the chapel of St. Peter at Vinicula. Her bones were identified when the shovel was displayed during the reign of Queen Victoria, and Anne's tomb is now marked by marble floors. One day after Anne's death sentence, Henry got engaged to Jane Seymour, and the couple later married on May 13, 1536. And Elizabeth, daughter of Henry and Anne, later ascended to the throne as Queen of England. So that's all for me. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.